And Fight to Win Pro, professional submission-only jiu-jitsu, they allow slams. And they don't just allow slams to escape submissions or through takedowns like ADCC, but they allow slams at any time during the match. So what have we seen? We've seen guys like just pick a guy up in close guard and like repeatedly slam him to like actually pass the guard, right?
That's Seth Daniels, one of his favorite moves. The CEO of Fight to Win, he has plenty of matches on the promotion, and if someone puts him in close guard, he will use the slam rule. And
shout out to Seth Daniels, yeah.
Guy's a savage for sure, so.
But one of my favorite parts of the slam actually is like when people are in a triangle or people are in a situation where like it's very obvious to slam, like the crowd will start yelling slam, 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 you know, and then it starts picking up, and then the guy, you know, in the matches they're like, oh yeah, I can slam, and then he picks him up and slams him. So I feel like the crowd is really usually well educated that hey, you can slam.
Wow.
One thing I want to say before we get into like, do we like slams or not? I've watched a ton of Fight to Wins, and they're not really all that effective.
Yeah.
Like out of all, the guy, he's still in close guard, but you shook him up a little bit. Or, you know, we're going to play a clip soon where it took like 3 times for this girl to get out of the submission. She had a slam
Right,
on the
let's
head.
roll the clip,
foreshadowing.
Let's take a look, because we're talking about this because last weekend there was a match, Fight to Win, and here we go, and you can see, bonk, 2, 3, and just about manages to pull her arm out.
So going for an armbar there, right? Kind of classic situation I feel like that you frequently get into in jiu-jitsu.
All right, so hang on, let me ask you guys a question. You get put in an armbar, would you pick the guy up and dump him on his head?
I mean,
I got a
Fight
bad
to
back.
Win? At Fight to Win, maybe. I guess it depends on the position. No one wants to hurt their opponent.
Would you do it in the
but
gym?
No.
Certainly not in the gym, but I mean like I feel like we've all been in that situation on an armbar. I mean, it's there, right? It's there to
Just deadlift the guy?
Yeah, like if you really need to get out of that submission, like it is there.
Can we all agree though that there's an escape for every submission out there?
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
So like, I think it's better for me when I watch jiu-jitsu, I would rather see someone endure a submission attempt and then use technique to get out of it.
Yeah, but I gotta say, I love watching those highlight clips of like MMA guys picking somebody up and knocking their opponent out with
We'll go
a
watch
vicious
MMA.
slam. No, but well, I mean, it's a fight, right? It's a match, and it's a professional
Ooh,
thing.
is it
so,
a match
okay.
or is it a fight?
Yeah,
Good question.
Well,
that's the thing.
Fight to win. Okay, say. But no, okay. So we don't see this in IBJJF, and I completely agree with that because those IBJJF mats are rock hard, right?
And this is
wood floors.
professional jiu-jitsu that we're doing. Fight to Win is a professional jiu-jitsu
Yeah,
organization.
so the stakes are higher, right? But what's the
It's
stage
different than
like?
IBJJF.
So
anyway.
we have actually 2 Fight to Win Pro veterans right here.
Yeah,
What's the
that's right.
stage like? Is it spongy? Is it sprung?
It's definitely very springy. There's
Yeah.
probably some plywood and springs.
And then they do put wrestling mats. You know, like they have cut up wrestling mats.
And a
basically.
canvas over the top?
Yeah, wrestling mats, and then like a nice little canvas over the top.
Okay, so you getting dumped on that. You know, we saw that girl
It's
eat
a very smooth canvas. It's
like a vinyl.
Yeah,
So we saw a girl eat those 3 big dumps on the head right there. Okay, but she didn't seem too phased by it, right? I remember 2015 ADCC, Gio Martinez was competing against Jeff Glover, right? And Jeff got him in a triangle.
Yeah.
And man, I remember ADCC rules, you're only allowed to slam a guy from that position to escape a submission, right? You can slam a guy during a takedown, but you can't just pick a guy up from the guard and slam him, right? So Gio's inside the triangle, and Eddie Bravo right next to me coaching, all the 10th Planet guys are kind of, you know, Gio's brother, Richie and stuff, and they're all saying to Gio, slam him, like pick him up, slam him, and Gio's kind of looking at them, and you could see the doubt in his face, and he's like, man, I don't know if I want to, and like, they're like, just fucking do it, slam him. So he picks him up, boom, he slams Jeff. And man, it was like jigsaw mats on a hard cement, like volleyball court or something.
Brazil, yeah.
And Glover was,
he looked out of it.
dude,
the rest
he
of the
was
match.
like,
Legendary match.
just
Legendary
open
match.
right up, like almost like a flash knockout.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, because like he lets go of the triangle, right? And you're like, oh, it's all right. And then you see him
kind of
kind
like turtles up,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
like,
and he's
lay-
kinda like
passes, he's
and
like,
it feels like he's kind of like looking around, doesn't really know, and you're like, oh man, that slam was
That
hurt
was
him.
nasty, yeah. So, you know, but Gio, you could see it in his face, and even afterwards he saw me, he was like, man, I felt bad. It's like, because we're taught,
Yeah, you know-
be nice to your opponent.
You know what else helps get out of a submission? how you can escape a submission? Punching a guy in the face. So like, I see a slam as almost like a strike, right? It's like a kick or a punch. You're striking him with the ground as opposed to like your own body. So,
But you're opening up that strike maybe by doing what might be bad grappling. I mean,
Yeah,
you're letting
that's
yourself
true.
get picked up.
Like judo rules, if you have like an armbar from bottom, from you hit like an armbar from guard or something, and the guy stands up and you lift off the floor, even if it's a one fraction of an inch, referee immediately stops the match and restarts. Because, well, I mean, the potential for damage to drop you on your head is considered unrealistic and dangerous, so just restart. So maybe
Yeah.
the guy should just do what they say in Fight to Win now. Guys are adapting the game. They go for that submission from a guard. First thing they're thinking about is, I got to hook that goddamn leg, right?
It's true.
I just don't think it's all that exciting either. Like I'm
Are you
not.
kidding me? It's one of the most shared clips we ever put up are these slams.
And it's true, when people start slamming at the event, the crowd goes crazy.
People love it.
You know what people like too? WWE. Ton of slams in
You know why
professional
people like
wrestling.
WWE? Because there are so many slams.
Well,
so,
maybe you
yeah.
guys would like to watch some WWE.
If they started slamming people through tables at Fight to Win, I'd watch
Hey,
it.
maybe
that's
Crazy ideas, you know?
Just throw some chairs up on the mat.
It could be next. Who knows?
I mean, some of those outfits I've seen the Fight to Win competitors wear is not far off WWE, right?
That's true.
Some singlets and stuff.
We need more
so-
combat boots. Just some other accessories up there.
The one thing I will say though is that when you fight, if you agree to fight in Fight to Win, you know the rules.
Yeah,
so
good
you're
point.
accepting them. ADCC, you're accepting those rules. Be prepared to be slammed on your head.
Yeah, it's true. And they don't adapt the rules, right? It's like it's the same rules for every show, every match. They have no.
I'm pretty sure.
rethinking the
I'm pretty
game,
sure
right?
teens and stuff they can't slam. Kids and teens can't slam.
That's true.
But,
Right.
yeah.
Yes.
So purple belt and up in the gi or no gi, you can slam. You can't reap or heel hook in the gi. Am I right?
Yep, you're right.
Yep. Yeah.
And
so-
I mean, let's talk about the results here. I haven't heard of any lasting injuries from the slams. We're 60 plus events in at Fight to Win. We see some pretty nasty ones. So I mean,
But it only takes one.
it does only take one. But in the words of Ivan Drago, if he dies, he dies. No, I'm kidding. No one would ever want to see that. But I think it's interesting. We have seen 60 plus real shows where there are slams, and nothing has happened that's been a catastrophe, thankfully. So
I was gonna say, like, if we could just like play this clip just once more. Like, I feel like they're not. I don't know. They don't feel like extremely malicious slams to me. Like I feel like it is.
that first one's scary, man. When the neck is a little bit straight.
Yeah,
That's all
yeah.
that-
Cervical spine.
Yeah.
the
and
first
she
one was
curls
like on
up.
the neck. The
Yeah.
other two were on the shoulders, right?
But you see, they weren't effective. The first two were not effective.
But she's out of the armbar. I think that's effective to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
That's a
true.
good point.
It's true.
But we have seen some instances of people getting hurt, via slams. And speaking as somebody who's had neck issues in the past, I just would not compete in Fight to Win because I would not want somebody to pick me up and
just don't play close
dump me on
guard.
my head.
Yeah, yeah.
But don't play close guard. Don't play like half of the bottom game of Jiu-Jitsu or something.
Sounds
you
like
know?
weakness in your jiu-jitsu, Hal.
In com- do,
So,
do you know? Do you know in combat jiu-jitsu are they allowed to slam? Do you know?
oh man, I don't know. Like I guess people have been so focused on the slapping that they've gone about the slams, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Good point.
I'm
Eddie
curious about
Bravo,
that.
if you haven't put slams into combat jiu-jitsu, maybe you should. Keep it real, right?
Interesting.
All right. So slams. It seems that you're in a minority here, Will. 3 against 1. But
I mean, I'm on the fence. I don't know. It's hard to.
Context matters.
Yeah.
I don't think it should be allowed at open tournaments, IBJJF events, pro
I
shows.
agree.
You know,
I agree. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
ADCC, yeah, Fight to Win. Slightly different animal to some Houston
Yeah,
Open
so
or
I'm
Atlanta
definitely-
Open or something, right?
Yeah. I'm in favor of what Fight to Win their rule set. I like their rule set.
Cool.